Hi everyone. Today we're going to be reviewing some more graphing from Chapter 2. You're going to need your Go Math book and you'll turn to page 136 and work through the pages with me. You'll of course need a pencil to write and a light colored marker, colored pencil, or crayon that you can highlight key words and numbers with. So you can pause the video to get those things. So we're going to be using the line plot for numbers 15 through 16. And if I take a look first at the line plot, remember it's important to do that before you get started with the questions, you have to focus on what it's talking about. So in this case, these numbers are representing the numbers of goals that were scored. And on a line plot, typically the X's are representing students. In this case, they're representing the players. Okay, so now that we know that, and I kind of picture myself standing up with making an X with my body. That helps me know that the X's are representing the players. So now we're going to just take a look at the chart, and I noticed that four players scored one goal. So one goal seems to be the popular number of goals to score. Then I see that 3 players scored 2 goals. 2 players didn't score any goals at all. And then 1 player scored 3 goals and 1 player scored 4 goals, which is letting me know that it's a bit rare to score 3 and 4 goals. That's a lot of goals to score in a game. And that would make sense. There's only 1 player for each of those. So now that we kind of looked at that information, we're ready to answer the questions. The line plot shows the number of goals the players on Scott's team scored. For numbers 15A through 15D, select true or false for each statement. So anytime I think of true or false, I think of true meaning yes and false meaning no. So let's go through and see if we can answer them. 3 players scored 2 goals. So let's go look here at the 2 goals, and that is correct. There are 3 X's above 2 goals. So that one is true. Let's color that in. Okay, let's go to our next one, 15B. 6 players scored fewer than 2 goals. Okay, well, let's think about that. Fewer than 2. What numbers are fewer than 2? 1 and 0. So on my line plot, I'm going to look at just the players that scored 1 and 0, and this is telling me that 6 did. Let's see if that's correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is true. Okay, let's go to 15C. There are 8 players on the team. Okay, well, up here, I know that these are all the players on his team. Let's count all the X's. So go ahead and count them. I got 11. So that is no, that is false. There are more than 8 players. Let's go to 15D. 5 players scored more than 1 goal. So now I'm looking at the numbers 2 through 4, more than 1 goal. So let's go ahead and look. So we're counting X's from 2 on. So the X is at 2, 3, and 4. So go ahead and count them. I got 5. That is true. All right, let's go to 16. What if 2 more people played and each scored 3 goals? Describe what the line plot would look like. Well, first I'm going to write some information before I answer my question. So what if 2 more people, I always reread, 2 more people played and each scored 3 goals. So let's come up here on our graph, and I see at 3 then, I would need to put 2 more people. So I would need to put an X here and an X here. But now I need to write that in words. So how could I explain what I just did in words? So I'm going to put, there would be and you can pause the video if you need to catch up. There would be 2 more X's above the 3. So as soon as I show the work on my graph, I think, how could I write that? So that's what I would put. There would be 2 more x's above the 3. You may pause the video to finish writing if you need to. And we're now going on to the next line plot. We're using the line plot for numbers 17 through 18. So first, let's take a look at the line plot and let's read a little bit about this. So Robin collected shells during her vacation. She measured the length of each shell to the nearest inch and recorded the data in a line plot. So here I see these are the lengths of shells in inches. So I have 5 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches, 8 inches, and 9 inches. So if you think about an inch, your thumb, from the tip of your thumb to the first bend in your thumb is about an inch. So you can picture that. So if she has shells that are 9 inches, that's quite a big shell. So now we need to figure out these questions. And I know that the X's now in here are not representing students anymore or players anymore. What are they representing? You said shells, you are correct. So each X equals 1 shell. So let's read number 17. How many shells were 6 inches long or longer? Okay, so now I need to focus on 6. I'm going to look back at this. 6 inches long or longer. So I'm going to block this off here. So 6, and then if I think or longer, that will be 7, 8, and 9. So count all your X's in that box and write them down. You said 11, you're correct. Okay, let's go to our next problem. This is our last problem for today. How many more shells did Robin collect that were 5 inches long than 8 inches long? Okay, so I always draw my balance here to help me. And I'm going to reread how many more, and I see the word then. I know that's going to be subtraction. Did Robin collect that were 5 inches long than 8? So here I'm going to have the ones that are 5 inches compared to 8 inches. So the 5-inch long ones, there were 3 shells. The 8-inch ones, there was 1 shell. So I'm going to subtract those. 3 minus 1. And our answer is 2. Go ahead and write that in there. 2 shells. Thank you for joining me today for learning all about line plots. Have a wonderful day.